today. Hey, so today's talk is all about minerals, how they interact, and why they are so important. And of course, it's done by moi. So for those people who don't know me, my name is Kevin Grundy. I'm a registered medical practitioner in natural health. I specialise in Western herbal medicine, natural health, and nutritional health. I'm a one-star marketing director. I must change that screen. And then I'm an independent director, which means that I don't work for the corporate side of the company. I work for the community side of the company, helping share Dr. Wallach's message and working among the community. So the 90 for Life message. It is what it is. 60 minerals, 16 vitamins, 12 amino acids, 2 to 3 essential fatty acids, which make up those 9 essential fatty acids, 90 essential nutrients. So let's talk about minerals. We know that there are 60 minerals in that list. To go back, remember, just to recap, there are 60 minerals. 2/3 of what we need to take as an essential nutrient is minerals. And so that's how important they are. They make up 2/3 of the essentials. I think we need to start teaching people that common saying, have you taken your vitamins today? It's got to be, have you taken your minerals today? Because they're more important. Because remember, plants can make a vitamin and amino acid, but a plant can't make a mineral. It must be in the soil first. And if it's not in the soil, it is not in the plant. So going forward, let's talk about minerals. So here is a picture of the mine in Utah, Emerald County. It's a massive area. It used to be a massive lake bed. Over the years, for erosion, it's been ground away. Just in the forefront, in the right-hand side, you'll see a black horizontal line. That black horizontal line is old humic shale, almost coalish, but it's black. And this area is riddled. All around the basin area is humic shale in various formats. Some of it very good for human consumption, some of it mixed with soil and silt and can't be used. Or it needs a lot of heat to extract that mineral out, as some of our competitors have to do with their minerals. So the source of our minerals, as we talked about before, comes from Utah, and you can see that perfect bed, that sediment at the top, that just protects it perfectly. Without it, it'll be gone. The bottom part is the humic shale, the fossilized natural plant matter, being squashed. Not so much that it hasn't turned to coal, just enough that it's preserved and in its stable condition, I suppose you'd say. So a view of our minerals. So this is what, if you're standing at the mountain there, mountain's edge, there are crystals all along the bottom. You can break a piece of crystal off and you can eat these crystals. So this is a crystal that I have broken off, and you can see the crystals are dirt in nature, but they're very salty. You can eat them and they're very salty. This is the humic shale. When you separate some humic shale from the side of the mountain, it just breaks away, and in some of those layers you can actually see the imprint of some leaves. So you can sort of confirm that you can see that this is from a plant matter. And so this is all naturally done, and from here we process it. So this is me back in my early days. This guy had very short hair. Can't say it works for me these days. But yeah, you can see that the colours in behind, and you can see that the reds, and there are actually blues and greens in there when you look really closely. These are just the different layers of the minerals, different weights, I suppose you would say, as they've settled in the sediment. So in my previous talks, we talk about the different types of minerals. I'm not going to go through them today, but I'll just recap. There was that metallic mineral, which we used to use in the old days, a ground up piece of rock, and somebody said, hey, we need to supplement with minerals, and that's what they gave us. Problem is, it's a ground up piece of rock, and we're not designed to eat rocks, funny enough. I'm sure we'd be given a set of different type of teeth if we were going to be eating rocks. Then science came along and said, well, if we wrap that up, put a protein on it, the body will recognize the protein, we can get that mineral in the body. Well, hey, I don't want it there in the first place. It's still a metallic mineral. All it's going to do is just cause problems. Okay, and so the reality is we're supposed to be getting our minerals from our plants. These plants are more bioavailable, making them more 98% more bioavailable to the body. That's more how Mother Nature has designed it.
Minerals and macro minerals. Macros are very large. Macro in Greek is large. The body needs a lot more of them. Then we've got the trace minerals. These are very small. The body needs these in much less amounts. We talk about these in micrograms or micromils. These are extremely small. For instance, selenium falls into this, and zinc. And when we talk about selenium, we talk about 100 micrograms. And so that's extremely small, even though these days we try and get people up to 6 to 10, which would make a milligram. And so we need small amounts, and these are called trace amounts, and the body uses them in many different ways. Minerals versus vitamins. Well, minerals are different from vitamins because they're vitamins in their natural state are organic, where minerals in their natural state are inorganic, and that means non-living matter. So a vitamin, in retrospect, is a living matter, and a mineral is a non-living matter. So this means that plants extract them from the soil, i.e. they're reabsorbing them as an organic compound. So although they're all considered micronutrients, vitamins and minerals differ in basic ways. Vitamins are organic and can be broken down by heat, acid, or air. Okay, so they're very delicate. And when we're using the vitamin C, for instance, if we heat anything there, we damage the vitamin C. And so we don't get people to heat our Beyond Tangy Tangerine for that reason. Okay, because heat damages vitamins, but heat doesn't damage minerals because in their non-organic state, they hold their chemical structure. So the importance of minerals. So minerals are a specific type of nutrients that the body needs to perform those important functions. And so when a mineral deficiency occurs, when the body doesn't obtain or absorb the required amount of minerals. And mineral deficiencies lead to a variety of health problems. And as we know them, the weak bones, fatigue, immune issues, and when we see weak immune systems, we know that weak immune systems lead to things like cancer. They lead to the degrading of the body. It starts breaking down. Kidney function starts breaking down. And so we know the importance of these. And just to recap, we see the importance, the manganese for the nervous system. You've got your copper, fights infection. We also know fights lung infection. It also helps with the elasticity in tissue, copper. Zinc, prostate, hormones, also the immune system. So we can see that the body, these are chemical functions that happen through the biological stage of human growth. So we know that this isn't new science. This is really old science. This is why I don't understand why people don't see the importance of minerals, how and why we need it, and knowing that we don't get it in our food, why we close a blind eye and consider, it's not necessary. But look at all of these functions based on minerals. Calcium. Calcium is a macronutrient, so it comes with your bones. So this mineral helps you make your bones big, stronger, more dense, so they can stand straight. That's interesting. Stand straight and score those winning goals. If you're an All Black, you'll definitely be on the winning side. Also helps with the teeth. Helps with the taste. It's foods that are enriched with calcium. Your salmons, a lot of your fish are high in calcium. Your green leafy vegetables, your broccoli, but also your mesclun salads, those spinach. Great morning salad is a spinach. Put it underneath your bed of toast with your eggs. Yum, great way to start. Fortified calcium foods with the orange juice, etc., with your cereals. So, calcium is an important one. It is the most abundant one. We see it everywhere. It's in everything we grow has calcium, but we just do not get enough of it because we don't eat the right foods. Iron, another very important mineral. It helps transport oxygen from the lungs to the rest of the body. It helps with the hemoglobins. That's the part of the red blood cells that carries that oxygen through the body. Okay, so iron's so important. People who are slightly pale in skin may have an iron problem, whether it's an iron intake or an iron absorbing or metabolizing of iron. Okay, so people with pale skin, yes, this could be an area to think about. So foods rich in iron, meat, of course, it goes without saying. Your fish, eggs, beans, dried foods, again, those green leafy vegetables. Okay, the common denominator here, eat raw foods. Potassium, okay, they're your forms of salts, helps keep your muscles and your nervous systems working properly. It's such an important nutrient, but yet if you're on blood medication, this is one of the things that tell you to stop because it interferes with their medication, not the body's function, their medication and what their medication is trying to do, okay, which is mask a problem. The importance of potassium. So yes, it's a balance. It's a balancing act when it comes to health challenges like that, but it's important. So foods rich in potassium, those bananas, tomatoes, potatoes with skins, again, those green leafy vegetables. Okay, citrus, low-fat milk, it's supposed to remove the dairy out of these talks, and those ligaments. Ligaments, it's a bit like legs, aren't they? Legumes. Zinc, another powerful, important mineral we need in our body on a regular basis. It helps drive that immune system, so the body needs it for fighting infection. And infection comes in many formats. Degrading of cells. It could be the inflammation around joints. It could be a pathogen within a joint. It could be just the whole immune system is just becoming depressed and low and unable to heal. Zinc, important. Helps with cell growth, healing of those wounds. People who have wounds that are slow to heal, perhaps this is a zinc deficiency, along with essential fatty acids in this case. So foods which are rich in zinc, there's that meat again, nuts, cashew nuts, almond, peanuts, those legumes, those beans, a good variety of stuff. So what are colloidal minerals? Our minerals are colloidal, but what does that really mean? There's this big thing that comes up from time to time about colloidal minerals. Oh, have you taken your colloidal silver? Oh, have this colloidal that. Is your minerals colloidal? What is colloidal? Well, colloidal can be defined as a particle of substance which can be finely divided, mixed in a substance, supporting a substance, i.e. a substance that helps it float, liquid, gels, gas, concrete, etc. And the reason I've covered colloidals is because it is a biggie, because people say, oh, I take colloidal silver, which is great because as a Youngevity customer, we have colloidal silvers available to us. But our minerals, our plain minerals, our kiwi minerals, our herbal rainforest, they all have colloidal silver in them. Funny that, because mineral, colloidal, our minerals goes together, doesn't it? In case of colloidal silver, it's very important. Yes, you can actually say concrete is a colloidal solution because the solution will support rock, stone in this case. So get the idea what it is. So when it comes to our colloidal, the solution will actually hold the nutrient or the mineral component in the solution. So our plant-derived minerals, again, everybody knows the story. As the plant goes looking for food and water, it comes across minerals breaking down in the soil. It takes those up, and then now they're in the plant. But the problem is, if it's not in the soil, it's no longer in the plant. So Youngevity's minerals. We have a great array of minerals, and this is just the base. The liquid minerals, the plain, the cherry, the strawberry kiwi, the rainforest, and for convenience, we have a capsule version. The reason we promote liquids is because liquids are highly absorbable, 98%, as we've seen in our research. This is the building block for everything. Like I said earlier, it makes up 60 of those 90 essential nutrients. I regularly get asked by people, where should I start? The golden, always, rule of thumb is you start with minerals. That's everybody's budget. Everybody can afford minerals. When you look at people on a low budget, at somewhere during that day, during that week, they will waste their $4. Okay? People can afford minerals. How can you afford not to have the minerals? It's insurance to life. It helps support life. Okay? The importance of minerals. So what can we do with our minerals? We can mix them with the Beyond Tangy Tangerine. I certainly do. My mix every day is a Beyond Tangy Tangerine, the kiwi minerals, and our goji. And it makes a lovely fruit juice, and that's my general mix. But you can also add the plain to the tomato, or an orange juice, or you can just add a squeeze of lemon or a bit of iced lemon and make a lovely refreshing drink. Add it to smoothies. You see, the beautiful part about the plant-derived minerals, these are the plain minerals I'm talking about. There's nothing added to them. There's nothing to break down. Heat won't destroy them because they're already a mineral. Remember we talked about ionic minerals, so heat doesn't destroy. When we burn wood or when we burn stuff, we end up with potash. Potash is 98% minerals. That gets to extreme heat. So minerals are very, very stable. And so we can use them throughout all of our cooking in various states. But the change to that, or the exception to that, is, of course, the fruit stuff. Then, of course, you don't want a fruit with your savoury. But hang on, some people may like a cherry with their pork. Some people do. Some people might like a cherry flavour with their turkey. Okay, so you can mix and match. There is no rule right or wrong. There is no wrong rules here. You can't get it wrong. What else can we do? Well, the plain minerals is antibacterial. Remember, it's got colloidal silver, colloidal gold, colloidal everything. And so we can use it as a mouthwash, as a disinfectant. Those sore tooth, first thing we've got to do when we've got a sore tooth is clean the mouth, get rid of all that bacteria. So we can gargle with the plant-derived minerals. We can use some garlic, and we can use some clove oil. We can naturally manage sore tooth, mouthwash, help cause decay, again, kill that bacteria. It's a great antioxidant, and so it's going to help stop the oxidization of, well, you can do this exercise yourself. Peel an apple, spray some pure minerals onto it. It doesn't go brown, or it certainly slows it going brown considerably. Same with bananas. So it's a great antioxidant. So from day one, again, we're having that antioxidant effect. So you can make, anybody who's doing our aromatherapy courses, or anybody who's doing anything with aromatherapy, you can make up a whole pile of stuff. We can use our minerals as our base. It can be a base carrier for many stuff. You can make mouthwashes for it. You can put it under your tongue. You can use it as a cherry. You can use it as a mini snack. There's so many things. A bottle for the skin, make a toner, closes pores, helps restore that pH balance. Okay, so anybody with eczema issues, anybody with skin issues, I've said it to people before, spray some plant-derived minerals on them. If you have sunburn, spray some plant-derived mineral. Amazing difference. Stretch marks, amazing difference. The copper in it, the colloidal copper, helps with stretch marks. Sprays in a bottle. Here we go again. More skin for those cuts, those scrapes, those itchy skins, those bug bites, eczema. Because what we're doing here, we're feeding the skin. That's what we're doing. We're feeding the skin. And that really means we're feeding all the bugs on our skin. And in turn, that they take that into the body and help feed us all around. So where else can we use our minerals? Kitchen, we can use the plant-derived minerals instead of salt. So instead of salting your food, how about put a little bit of minerals instead? Same with your rice, your soup, because remember, minerals don't break down. They come from salts. That's what they are. Spray them on your fruits and vegetables. You can make frosty. You can make desserts out of them. So if you make frosties with ice cream, of course we're using coconut ice cream here, add some strawberry minerals and some coconut ice cream, freeze it all up again. Yum, kids love it. Make a jelly. A strawberry, if you can get some gelatine from the supermarket, and get some strawberry minerals or some kiwi, or make your own blend up with maybe some BTT, and make your own jelly. Yum. Lovely with coconut yogurt or coconut ice cream. Oh, my mouth is already watering. Plants, of course, we did a show recently, and part of our message was, do you own pot plants? Because the story we're sharing with people was about life and cells. If it's a cell and if it's a life that has a cell, it needs a mineral. And so we were giving away mineral packs, little mineral samples. We made them up ourselves. We got the big bag, people can just get the 1 kg pack. It goes a long, long, long way. Get a small zip-up bag. Print yourself off a nice label. If you don't have one, you can email me, and I'm happy to send you one of my labels. Okay, and share the minerals. It's a great way of sharing the 90 for Life story without talking about people's health challenges, because that's sometimes a sore topic, or people don't like to go there. So we look for other avenues. And so plant is a great way of opening the 90 for Life door. And so you can mix it up with some water, and you can spray it on your plants. You can use it in your garden. It's going to make your plants bigger, brighter, your fruits bigger, heavier, more flavor, makes them more resistant to mold. Other uses, you can again use them for cut flowers. It makes the flower last longer. Hay fever, you can put a little bit up your nose. Haven't really tried that one myself. Must give it a go. Good for an eye wash. And you can use it for people who have eye problems. This is a little trick Dr. Wallach shared with me many moons ago, and that is to wash your eye with the mineral solution to help feed the eye from the outside in. What a great idea. Okay, we use the plant-based here because you don't want the sugars of the fruit from the other one, so we use the plant, the plain, okay, and we keep it all clean. Okay, we put a couple of drops in each eye a couple of times a day and see the difference. I know some people have done this and they have seen some major difference. Blake, a colleague of mine in the early days, he managed to move 3 sets of his eye systems or degrees just doing this. You can spray it on your hemorrhoids. Hemorrhoids. Because remember, what's a hemorrhoid? It's a broken down tissue. It's tissue breaking down and allowing pressure to bulge out the side, a hemorrhoid. Okay, so why is the tissue breaking down? Lack of copper, lack of tin, lack of zinc. Okay, they're breaking down. So spraying this on the hemorrhoid, you're feeding that skin directly. And of course, you can make your own shampoo out of it. If people know how to make all their own shampoos and cleaners, use minerals. Coming to the end, a cleaner helps break down fats, stuff on the iron, the vacuum, water for your pet. What do you feed your water? Dogs are specifically. Just put a couple of drops of minerals in their water bowl every single day. Their water should never, ever not have minerals in it. Look at your dog and watch the difference. So where do we get to? Kitty litter helps reduce odor. You can put it in your aquarium, clean water. So you can actually put it into your aquarium, putting nutrients for your fish. Okay, there's no end of places to use minerals. It is important. It is up there with oxygen. So how could this talk be a Kevin Grundy talk without at least talking about some form of diet and digestion? So, none of this is going to work if we keep pouring poison, if we keep putting petrol onto the fire, i.e. the digestion. If we keep encouraging inflammation in our system, we will always have problems. As they say, if you keep on doing what you're doing, you'll always have what you've got. And that's such a true statement. If we keep putting rubbish in our mouth, stop whinging about how your body's performing. That's pretty clear cut. Stop whinging how your body's working if you're not prepared to stop putting stuff in your mouth that creates inflammation. Here are the baddies: wheat, barley, rye, oats, oil in a bottle. Oil in a bottle, Dr. Wallach's pet hate. Fried foods, meat well done. Nitrates in meat, my pet hate. That's a big area we can work with people's gut, is with nitrates. So many people live on processed meats. This is one of our biggest gut killers. Baked potatoes, carbon drinks, we know all about that. Soy, I talked about it before. My boobs are big enough. I don't need any mucking around with my hormones. Corn, who mentioned corn? Is it still corn? GMO has changed corn so much now, it is no longer corn. I'll also add to this list, because Dr. Wallach talks about it, dairy. Dairy is much better than canola oil. Dairy is much better than margarines or any forms of oil. But here is the catch. If you have a sensitivity to oil, to dairy, you must stop it, because it will create inflammation. And the unfortunate part about us Kiwis here is that us Kiwis are very sensitive to dairy. Could be because how we were all brought up on cheese, milk, and everything else. Okay, but in our experience as practitioners, we see so many people sensitive to dairy, you might as well call it a rule of thumb. Okay, so we say no dairy. If you find yourself, if you go off dairy and you see no change in your health after 4 weeks, then go back on it and enjoy it. Okay, but how would you know unless you try? So we need to clean up our diets. Just recap everything again. Those important nutrients, the Beyond Tangy, EFA, Beyond Osteo, plant-derived minerals, they make up our healthy start pack, the Mighty 90. And yes, we have all those secret little sauces and spices and other things which are so nice to help the body stay healthy, calm, and relaxed. I promised Dr. Wallach nearly 20 years ago now, education is more important than anything else if we wish to live longer, healthier, and wiser. And so we have a great array of products, great array of books. These books are available in New Zealand and in Australia. Just go to tools@ygy90forlife.com. Tell me what you want, price list, books, whatever, okay? And keep educating. Everything we talked about today is in one of these books. Become an expert, okay? We learn, we live our trade. If you're a sparky, you would have all of the screwdrivers under the sun. If you're a mechanic, the same thing. If you're a lawyer, you have all of the lawyer books under the sun. We are no different. Our tools is our knowledge, and so we need to grow from it. Emails, guys, if you need to get me for anything, kevin@kevingrundy.com. Now, we do a weekly newsletter. Once a week, it is technically bi-weekly, because 1 week it's on health and product and which product to use for which health challenge. And the other one is on how to improve your business or your sharing of Dr. Wallach's message. Okay, so if you'd like to be part of that, please send me your details to emails@ygy90forlife.com. Also, as I said earlier in the beginning of my talk, we now have a website where we can start to share our stories, because the most common thing that I get asked everywhere I go is there anybody who's had that condition, and what's it done for them? And everywhere I go, everybody shares me their story. And so, hey, let's bring the two together and share your story. It can be anonymous, or you can be a Dr. Wallach and a Kevin Grundy, and we be a crusader and we help share. So write these details down. This brings this part of my talk to an end.